So a quick analysis of the key and the chord changes. This one's pretty straightforward. Key of B minor, although a cool modulation right at the end. The two chords, you got this great riff that James is doing, which is essentially a B minor, although a fancy one. They love these nice ringing open strings, classic Metallica riff. That open G string. He uses that in Sandman as well. Makes it sound so moody. In this case, in terms of B, that's a flatted sixth, kind of an interesting note. And then it goes to an A major. That's just a first inversion A major. So that's just a simple 1 to 7 progression in the key of B minor. Now, the really wacky part comes right towards the end. We get an abrupt shift to this little F. It's an F power chord, but with a sixth added, that D, open D string. But we're just going to call that F for a purpose of harmonic analysis. And then it goes to a series of E major triads. Those were all E major triads, just building, building, building. Right at the end, he tacks a D on top. That makes it E7. All right, whenever we have a dominant seventh chord, there's a strong tendency that it will act as a 5 chord and want to resolve to its 1. So sure enough, what do we get? He goes to A minor, and the verse is in A minor. That's our new key. So a really cool little modulation. Just to recap, we're in B minor, abrupt shift to F, which is not in B minor. Now we're sort of wondering, we're not sure where our new home is going to be. And then again, those building E chords ending with E7 sends us into A minor. Very nice modulation there. Now, not surprisingly, being that we're in the key of B minor, what does Kirk do? He starts off with a little B minor triad. That's straight up. Root, flatted third, fifth. Playing around in the B minor scale, otherwise known as B Aeolian scale. This is the typical minor scale, the one that most people think of. If we say that a song is in a minor key, what we usually mean is B Aeolian, as opposed to Dorian or one of the other less common minor modes. This entire solo is Aeolian. Got a nice warm bass pickup kind of tone. Neck pickup tone is definitely a must for this. This part here really gives students fits. Lots of legato. Right? Picks one note. Pull, pull, slide, hammer, pull. That's a lot of left hand there. Sounds great though. I love these little half-step moves. He moves off his flatted third down to a 2. And then from his flatted 6 down to the 5. Flatted 7th. Then we get that one little fast burst. That's just a little arpeggio. Essentially a B minor arpeggio kind of spread out. There's the flatted third. There's the 5th. And he puts the root way up here, so it's like a first inversion. I love that choice of note right there. He goes up to the root, down to the G. That's the flatted sixth. Kind of interesting note to hang on there, but I like it. B minor triad again. Flatted seventh, love that. I love that. Now that's a note that would just kill me. I would have wanted to put a vibrato on that, but I really like what he did actually. I like how he lets that note just hang there. I think that can be really effective. I've noticed Santana does that a lot too. Places where most rock or blues players would just get a nice wide vibrato on there, they'll just let it sit. I think it works there. Now, here's to me the coolest part. I talked in the other section about the modulation. We were in B minor, and then the change to the F chord, and we're up in the air. We're not sure where we're going. Well, what's happening is we're starting our modulation into A minor, but we don't necessarily know it yet, right? The F chord is in A minor, and then the E chords are in A minor. That's the 5 chord of A minor. We talked about how that's going to be building and building up until we get to the A minor itself. But here's the great part. I thought Hammett was brilliant on this. He sort of arrives in A minor before the rest of the band. So this little run that he does here, that's a straight up A minor scale, A Aeolian. And I mean, it's so simplistic on the face of it. I mean, he literally just goes up the scale, eighth notes, right? Sounds like he's practicing a scale there or something. But I love it because, again, he's in A minor. The rest of the band is getting there, but we're not quite sure yet. So there's this real kind of tension, this sort of chaotic feel while this is going on, right? And meanwhile, he's just... Now, if they had already arrived on the A minor chord, and Kirk is just going, okay, that's beginner stuff. That's terrible. But the way he did that, sort of anticipating the modulation into A minor, I think is really, really cool. My favorite part, I think. Of course, he lands on that nice A note there, just in time for the rhythm guitar to arrive there. Really cool. One of my favorite Hammett solos of all time, for sure.